She's helping him up. Look at that.
That's awesome.
Get up here. We them boys.
Just needs to help that other one out. There he goes. He's a soldier. You got to figure it out.
Keeping an eye on us, ain't she?
Yeah, she is. Can't trust some humans.
No, you can't.
It was great before you guys showed up. Good morning. Day 2 of practice. Staying at a really nice Airbnb property, kind of the state park long show area. We're out here on this peninsula towards the state park. The state park is actually that way. This is state park property. So no traffic, cul-de-sac, beautiful. Lake is right down there. I'll show you what it looks like off the back deck. You can see a little glimmer. I imagine it's really beautiful out here in the fall, and then even in the winter, the woods will just open up. But had a decent practice yesterday. We're gonna try to expand on that. We're gonna go bump around in a totally different area, make a little run, probably 15-mile run, go check out some stuff that Mike's fished in the past. Ben and Mike, the other 2 guys that we're staying with, they had successful days. Mike caught like a 5-pounder that he weighed on a scale. Ben said he had about 12, 13 pounds, maybe something like that. Didn't catch a lot of fish, but the fish he caught were quality. So what we're gonna do after this practice video is we're gonna kind of do like a recap and tournament strategy from each one of the anglers and give you that information and then see how it works out at the end of the tournament. So Mike's on his way out. We're getting ready to jump in the truck and go launch the vehicle at the state park, and we will see you on the water. This is Sasquatch country. I'm telling you, there's deer everywhere. We didn't have a sighting or any kind of activity last night, but tonight's a new night. Come. State Park Marina. This is where we launched at yesterday, so we're going to launch at today. Probably launch here tomorrow because the tournament site is just around the corner. It's going to be a cluster. So use the boat ramps that are close to the takeoff site and come over by water is generally the best way to do it if you can do it. What's planned today, Mike?
Not overheat. Run up by Bucksaw and see if we can repeat what we did yesterday.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Short day. We're not going to stay out there and kill ourselves. So we're going to get out there 5-6 hours and go with what we find. Nothing wrong with that fish. I'm gonna get you.
Fine, use jigs.
Nice. Good work.
Yeah, ain't my trigger count.
Edit. I think a spot's 12, but largemouth are 15.
Do they have Kentuckies in here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're 12-inch on Kentuckies.
Here. Ooh, there you go. He's a little one, I think. Not feeling any of them bite, they just swim off with it.
Oh, mine just hung on to it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of them. That's probably 13 and a half.
Yeah, somewhere in there. I never felt him, I just seen my line going sideways.
There you go, movie star.
Hey,
oh, yeah.
there you go.
This is the first year of...
He's got movie star good looks. Look
yeah, this is the first year that I tried the BFL, and I was watching because, you know, just like you were saying, just get out there and have fun and don't worry about everything else, just fish.
Yeah.
I can see why other people like to be in the front of the boat. It was funny, I was watching at Norfolk, because we live in Mountain Home, just like, well, I live about 8 miles from the lake. We go over there all the time, and I noticed you guys were up. You said that you've seen enough bluff wall pins and that you've had enough of them. But
well, it's good meeting you guys. Nice.
I'll never see it. That's 15, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. But, yeah.
I had a bite on it.
First freaking flip with new bait. New bait. There you go. Quality fish. It's got those gill plate stuff going on. I wonder what that's from. It's very interesting. Very interesting, Mr. Bob. It's a nice fish.
Yeah, basically make it soft.
I'll get 5 of those tomorrow. I will be very happy. Probably the same fish that snapped at yours. Go, little junior fish. A little bit slower today. We moved closer to the boat ramp and just kind of sampling some of this flatter stuff. See if we can get some bites down through here. This is an area where we saw a lot of shad yesterday, so we thought we'd run back over here and see if we can get bit out a little bit deeper. We gotta get bigger than that. Big worm, big perm, little fish. Oh, that's one you need. Crazy. Switching colors like that instantly. Start getting bites. Nothing to brag about. All right, folks, practice is over. We're sitting in the air conditioning. It was ridiculously hot. We all kind of got off the water about 1:30 because we couldn't stand it. The bite kind of dwindled. Tomorrow's Derby day, so I was gonna recap with everybody that's staying here how their practice went, what they expect for tomorrow. And me personally, I don't know. I'm fishing out the back of the boat, so I'm gonna wait and talk to my boater here shortly. The meeting is 6:30, so I will get in touch with him probably like 6:45 and figure out what the plan is tomorrow. But I know I'm gonna have a shaky head tied on and a big worm, and I'll probably take 6 or 7 rods, and I don't know what will be tied on the rest of them. Probably a swim jig, probably spinner bait, maybe some sort of topwater bait, shaky head, and the big worm, and a jig probably. That's gonna be the ones that I'm gonna lean on the most tomorrow. I like to keep it around 7 rods if at all possible. So we will find out after I make contact with my boater. So Ben, how was your practice? What'd you learn? What'd you figure out? And then what's your plan for tomorrow?
Practice was tough. Caught some pretty decent fish, 2 3/4 to 4 pounds, but not a lot of bites. If I can get 5 bites tomorrow, I think I'll be in that 13.5, 14 pound range, which should be pretty good. But getting 5 bites will be the problem. I'm gonna stay with the plastic, big worm, big brush hog. I'm looking for those better than average fish. Need some wind. Hopefully the wind blows tomorrow.
Yeah, 5 bites is gonna go
Yeah,
a
if you
long
can
way.
get a
5 of the
limit,
right bites.
if you can get a limit doing what we're doing, it's going to be good. Weather's going to be very key.
Right.
I think we're going to need some wind. It's going to be hot. Stay focused all day. That'll be big too. It's really easy to get into a trance out there, get bored, just casting around and quit catching fish. So.
Yeah, you need a bite. You need a bite every once in a while just to wake you up. Sometimes I just set the hook on a rock just to get back in the game, man. And when it gets super slow out there,
Start calling for the net.
Yeah.
Motor back up.
we've had 90-degree days for almost a week straight, and it's forecast for another 90 degrees day, you know, like mid 90s. Lows are like 74, 75, humidity's, you know, 70-80% humidity, and it just drains your body. So if you don't get that bite every once in a while, like he said, you just kind of get in this little trance and makes the day go by super slow. So a little wind will make a big difference. Mike, what about you, man? What'd you figure out, and what's your game plan for the morning?
Yeah, so Thursday was actually my first day on Truman Lake ever. So, you know, it took me a while to figure anything out. I did stick a 5-pounder Thursday, but it's going to be pretty hard to replicate where I caught it. But today was also kind of tough. I mean, I have some pretty specific spots that I found. I'm not sure if other people will be fishing the same type of thing or not, but I did shake off what I think are some quality fish today. So if I can get there and they're still there and they go, I think it'll be a pretty decent day. But again, not a lot of quantity, but I think there was pretty good quality today. And I did stick one just to see, and it was a keeper size fish. So I'm optimistic, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's good. It's good to have optimism going into tomorrow. I mean, it sounds like you're doing the right thing. You know, you're getting you only need 5 bites, right?
Right.
So you're getting the bites. You're not going through a bunch of small fish to get those bigger fish. So just keep it simple and catch the right ones and get it done, you know?
Exactly. And it's, like I said, it's very specific deal. So if it doesn't play, I guess I'll just, you know,
Scramble a little bit.
go practice again, you know.
Yeah.
Just try to salvage the rest of the day. So we'll see. I think I definitely think the morning is going to be key tomorrow. First couple hours, you know, with the weather, like you mentioned, with it being so hot, it seems like the bite does kind of get tougher as the day goes on. So.
Yeah, so the lake it's still, what is it, about 8 foot high maybe?
About 8 foot high, but it's falling about a foot and a half a day.
Yeah, it's falling really fast. We noticed that today. It's like obvious that the lake has fallen. So they're still pulling some current, and that's key too. You know, the wind and the current have been really the key situations. And shad. We found several areas that have the shad, but the shad aren't everywhere. It's even one pocket will have shad, and then you go literally 500 yards away and there's hardly any shad in that pocket. So the shad, the current, and the wind are key players. And then got M squared over here. Marfo, what's the plan,
boy.
dude?
Well, I'm pretty much an open book if you know me. So.
You look tired, man.
Yeah, I am tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I'm going to lock a 1/2 ounce finesse jewel football jig in my hand for the most part. Gabe's convinced me to tie on a shaky head, so I'll have that tied on. And probably a buzz bait for when things feel right. But I'm just going to concentrate and do what I have confidence in. And I'm going to run multiple bluff endpoints, little bluff pockets, kind of stay on the steeper stuff where they're dropping water. They don't, you know, it doesn't affect, I think it doesn't affect those fish as much. Big fish always live on the bluffs too. So these guys have live scope. They're seeing them suspending on those trees. I don't, but
you have to stick your head under the water and look
I have
around.
to stick my head under the water.
Good thing it's high. It makes it a lot more tolerable.
Yeah. But yeah, I just think if you keep your head down like these guys and just concentrate with that jig or a shaky head, but and I don't always fish that on the bottom. I swim a football jig too, so it's I don't know why I just don't pick up a swim jig, but I just don't. That way, I feel like that football pushes a little water, and as long as you don't reel it too fast, it doesn't roll over on you. So you know. When I say swim it, I mean let it go to the bottom, pop it up, and just start reeling it. And then every once in a while, kill it and get it back to the bottom and pop it up again and just reel it.
Yeah, I think you can swim any jig. The only disadvantage on a football jig would be around grass. I think that's where your true swim jig makes a difference maybe.
Yeah.
But around rock and timber, I mean,
I'm letting it go to the bottom so much that I don't want that smaller head to get wedged in the rocks of a swim jig. So,
right, true.
But yeah, I'm optimistic. I'm going to run up towards Bucksaw and then just start bouncing my way back on some of the stuff that we fished already and other stuff that we went right by that I want to fish but just didn't fish them during practice. And like we found, they're not on every one of those, but
no,
when you're there, there's like it seems to be the key little spot on the down. I guess it would be the down current side of that point, and you'll know right away if they're there. You'll get a bite. If you're not getting bites, move. That's my plan. So
yeah, that's kind of if I was running the front of the boat, that'd be kind of my game plan, and I think that's what Mike's game plan is: to just run as many of those little main lake points.
We're gonna pull on the trolling motor cord a lot tomorrow.
Yeah,
so
that's what you got to do, man. And the good thing is,
gas is cheap. That's the good thing.
That's the good thing. Gas is cheap. I mean, just balls to the wall, go 100 miles an hour, and don't worry about it.
Yeah. So
you don't live forever.
No, that's right. That's right. So yeah.
Mike, you made a good point about the live scope. What I've noticed is right away in the morning, those fish are up in the bushes, the shad are. And you can see those shad getting pushed by white bass and whatever, but they're the smaller ones, they're the little shad. That 8, 9, 10 o'clock window when the sun gets up, the shad are not moving around a lot. But come when it gets hot in early afternoon, you start seeing those 4 to 5 inch thread fins grouping up and they get pushed on some of these flatter gravel points. If you can see those wads of shad up there, you can get better on them in the timber. And to the point where yesterday afternoon, I'd take it off pad and I'd drop the scope, troll motor on 100. I'd make a quick pass down one of these points. If I saw shad there, I could stop and fish and I could just about call my shots on where the fish were going to be. If there was no big shad, I'd put it on pad and left.
Yeah.
And it was pretty consistent. That's something we're definitely going to be looking for tomorrow too on that scope.
That's good juice, man. That's good to know, man. Live scope is so useful in so many situations. It's not just about watching a fish, eat your bait. It's really more about locating the cover, being able to pitch the first time and land in a brush pile. Super useful. So that's a wrap, guys. Thanks for checking out the practice video. Good luck to everybody. Give me a thumbs up if you appreciate the content, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. The BFL tournament will be right after this, and we're going to try to do a recap on how everybody's day went. Hopefully we got 4 checks right here in this one B&B.
2 trophies.
There you go. 4 checks, 2 trophies.
I like check on cardboard.
Then somebody's gonna have to run a buy steak if that happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with 1, man. I'm gonna get 1 in the boat as a co-angler. That's so important. So, till next time.